All right, looks like I am live. Hello, dear friends and community. I just want to make sure my sound is working well. So, before I continue, one second. How is the sound? How is the sound? Yay! All right. So, I really wanted to use this microphone because I'm going to be sharing this video on YouTube, maybe Instagram, right? So, a warm welcome. Let's talk about archetypes and why would you care to know about this topic? Well, if you want to create your biggest life, dreams, and goals, and complete that sacred soul project, your sacred calling, your divine assignment, then you need to tap into energy bigger than your personal self. You need to go beyond the personal self into a transpersonal realm where archetypes live, gods and goddesses, deities, all the beings of bigger essence. So, in this live stream, I'm going to be talking about a pair that comes together. You can't have one without the other. It's a creator destroyer archetype, right? So before I go further, I let more people join. I'm going to highlight a couple of things. I just recently opened experiential community called Mysteries and Archetypes. Experiential meaning it's not going to be an infinitely available offer. I open it for a short while to see how people utilize this amazing community. It's away from social media. It is on this platform called School. So I opened a free archetypal school. It's available to join for anyone and it's going to be free for as long as I choose to keep it open. So please join us. It is a group for mystics, for light workers, for anybody who is on this spiritual path and who wants to live awake, aware, right? Who wants to live creating their dreams, not just going through the motions and surviving this reality, waiting for it to be over. So, if you're here to create your dreams, you want to be in the Mysteries and Archetypes free community that I created for you. Just scroll on my Facebook page, on Instagram, cyber stalk me, find the links. It's free to join. The second announcement before I go into the archetypal topic of creator and destroyer. Darlings, I have an opportunity to go to Mount Shasta next summer, and we got to move quickly. We can't spend months deciding this. So if you feel the beat of this inspiration, if you want to come and immerse with me at Lemurian portal of Mount Shasta, don't let this opportunity pass you by. I am going to be rolling out the details, the pricing, all the details. And just stay tuned and watch my social media, watch my email list if you want to come to Mount Shasta with me. It is really profound experience. All right, darlings. So let's talk about how to use archetypes to create your big life dreams. So I'll start with this idea that each soul that is born in a human form comes here in the physical dimension because it is driven to learn, to experience, and to create. And to create a sacred soul project, a sacred calling, right? And, for my advanced mystical souls, I like to call it your divine assignment, your divine mission, or your sacred soul assignment. And where we are born to create that and to fulfill that. And a lot of times, just one lifetime is not enough. Our dreams become more and more magnificent with every incarnation we take. So sometimes we take several lifetimes to finish our sacred task, our sacred calling. And the more aware and awake we become, because we grow in soul wisdom with every lifetime. You know, the soul wisdom that we develop in one lifetime doesn't just dissolve. It gathers in our soul body, in our causal plane, and we carry that soul wisdom from incarnation to incarnation to incarnation, right? This is why every single child born in the same family is drastically different, because every single child has a unique soul memory and a soul history. So, starting from this premise that we come to the human plane to experience, yes, to learn and to grow, yes, but also to create, because in our soul essence, we're divine creators. And when we don't channel our birthright to create, we become depressed, we become addicted, we become lost in the movie of life. So to create is to breathe. To create is to live a big, passionate life. To create is to be in the current of joy. To create is to be sovereign. To create is to be free. In order for us to create on a level that we're truly capable of creating, we get to tap into the realities and the energies bigger than us. And I'll share with you the framework of one of my favorite teachers. I have many of favorite teachers. My partner knows I constantly talk about my favorite teachers. So I'm going to name one of them. And if you just stopping by for a minute or two, don't be shy. Let me know if you're watching with me. I don't bite, I promise. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this live stream, if this topic attracted to you, right? Let me know your name, where you're logging in. Leave a comment and it's going to boost this live stream. So one of my favorite teachers is Jean Houston, who is still on the planet with us. She is 88 years old. I love my elders. I study with a lot of elders. They are my main teachers. And she brought this 3-level of reality framework. And the first level is where we all begin. And it's a level that's all about me, a level of personal reality, right? And we begin there. We begin with the movie of me. Eventually, through maturity and experience and spiritual awakening, we expand our awareness to the next level. It's a reality of we. And this is the reality, the bigger we, where we start connecting with invisible beings, right? It could be angels, spirit guides, masters, ascended masters, right? Archetypes, gods and goddesses. And the last realm, the last plane of reality is the reality of I am present. So the reality of divinity. So it goes like a set of circles. Me, we, I am. So I'm going to talk about the reality of we, the archetypal realm, where the archetypes, they are bigger vessels of consciousness, right? They also, I like to compare them to a psychic tunnels that help us access collective unconscious. Why would you care about accessing collective unconscious? Where, well, for one reason, to access the most brilliant ideas and any information that you want to access in the universe, it is in our collective unconscious. All the myth, all the stories, everything that other generations have developed, it doesn't go away. It exists somewhere, and it exists in our collective unconscious. You can also call it Akashic records. Doesn't matter what you call it, but there is a memory bank of the universe where you can tap into, you can learn to access it, and you can begin to channel this higher wisdom, higher level creativity, higher level of courage, higher level of inspiration. And trust me, when you are on the path of creating something extraordinary, something that comes from the level of your soul, you want higher level of creativity. You want higher level of inspiration. You want higher level of courage or deeper level of courage. You want that, right? At least I always wanted that. So from the moment I heard the word archetypes or mysteries or ascended masters, for me it was always a beat of recognition. Like, I know this language. It is for me. Let me learn, let me unpack, let me follow this curiosity, this fascination, almost obsession. I want to know that world that is larger than just my personal self. I want to know a reality that is bigger than just my personal movie. If the reality is only circulates around my personal movie, I don't want to have a part of that movie. It's really dull and boring. But if I know there is a much bigger reality, with this incredible archetypes, this incredible beings, this pattern of consciousness, then I can accelerate my journey. I can create my life as a masterpiece, as art. So today I'm going to present to you or share with you these two archetypes, the archetype of creator, and the other side of creator is a destroyer. You cannot create anything new if you're not willing to destroy the old. Right? So a deity that comes to mind, one of my favorite deity, the goddess Kali, the goddess Durga, goddess Sekhmet, right? Those are the fierce deities who hold a very powerful energy of creator, destroyer. And a lot of people fear goddess Kali or goddess Durga or goddess Sekhmet because, they're very intimidating energies to work with. But those souls who are tired of playing small or hiding from their own brilliance or, believing in the story of limitation, who want truth and liberation, they seek these fierce deities like Kali or Durga or Sekhmet. Because, for example, Kali will help you birth your new self, but she will demand the old of everything inauthentic about you. Right? So when you invoke Kali, just know you're invoking liberation from anything that is inauthentic, all the masks, all the pretense, all the stories. So the archetype of a creator comes with the archetype of destroyer. And I didn't understand that for a while. And I remember when I was in the process of unlocking new levels of my creativity, I was very reluctant to destroy my old creations. I was hanging on to the old creations, old expressions. I was like, can I have both? Can I have this new energy that's coming through and the old one? But what kept happening, the energy of dissonance, because you can't have the new, you can't have the full brilliance of the new if you're not willing to let go of the old. And the process that takes the most amount of courage and the most amount of trust is the gap, is the transition place. When you're not fully yet anchored or expanded this new self, but the old is already dissolving and shedding, right? Kind of like the snake shedding its skin. So in this transitional space, in the gap, this is where it's most wise to seek support, to seek to be around other people with whom you have soul resonance, right? Who can share ideas that can lift you up, that can give you a new perspective, that can invite you on the journey that is courageous, that is playful, that is joyful, that is passionate. So, darlings, the creator destroyer, this is truly the archetype for Scorpio season. And the Scorpio season is really a place for death and rebirth. The death of the old. We're entering the winter season. And for some reason, I love the winter season. I teach the most in winter because I love it. I love teaching is my biggest passion. And people spend a lot more time at home. There is more time to contemplate. There is more time to go within and to ask yourself deeper questions like, am I truly following my sacred calling? Or am I still pretending that I don't hear it? This is a question of an archetype of a creator destroyer. Am I being my authentic self? Am I allowing the truth of my voice to be fully expressed? Right? Am I bringing forth something that is a true reflection of my divine creativity? Or am I still stuck in the fear of rejection? Of what will they think? What will they say? How they will respond? So the archetype of a destroyer is actually another word for liberator. We need that bigger than life archetypal energy to help us shed what is inauthentic. And if we don't allow or welcome that energy, life will send that energy to us anyway. And it looks like a sudden loss of income, loss of health, loss of relationship. And we say, wow, what happened to me? Why am I so unlucky? It's not that you're unlucky. There is a deeper wisdom that is trying to awaken a deeper level of courage in you. So if we don't consciously welcome the archetype of a destroyer, it's going to come to us anyway, because life is a cycle. Life is a cycle of creation, destruction, expansion, contraction, life and death. Life is not linear. Life is cyclical. And I love that about life, because then we can open our heart to the cycles of life, to the wisdom of life, to the beauty of life. Then we don't fear the process of contraction or the process of, this emptiness. We begin to see, I am in emptiness. I am in contraction, because the gift of that experience is regeneration, is deep recalibration, is deep reorientation to a new direction in life. So archetypal wisdom can empower you, can accelerate your journey towards you fulfilling your sacred calling, right? Archetypal conversation will not call you if you're not interested in following your true purpose, your sacred calling, your sacred divine assignment. But it will call you if this is incarnation where you came back to finish something, to create something on a new level. In the previous lifetimes, you had limitations that were not possible for you to overcome. And you being the persistent soul you are, you said, I am going to come back. I'm going to come back. I'm going to take another body. I'm going to play another story. I'm going to finish something that I've started in a previous lifetime. I'm going to activate my divine creator abilities in a new way. And I'm not going to play small. I'm going to play full out. And I'm going to look fear in the eye. I'm going to laugh because I know who I am. I'm a mortal soul. Came here to finish something that I've started. So, darlings, welcome to the Scorpio season. Embrace the shedding process. Embrace what is dissolving. Embrace what is leaving your reality. And challenge yourself to be in that gap, be in that transition without panic or drama. Don't allow your mind to go into what if scenarios. Stay rooted in your center, in your breath, in your heart, in your connection to your heart. Seek community. Because when you go through a process of transition, a transformation, community is what you need. So join my free community called Mysteries and Archetypes. Find the links on my social media, on Facebook, they're everywhere. And next Friday, I'm hosting a metaphysical class called The Art of Death and Rebirth, What is unique about this class? It's going to be a wisdom transmission that will introduce to you in the archetype of a creator and destroyer. Then we're going to go into a inner voyage into a deeper dimensional archetypal dimension where you can meet your archetypes, the ones who are trying to be born and expressed through you right now. And then you're going to learn a set of incredible questions and the art of spiritual journaling. Because when you are participating in a workshop setting, you transform. You don't only just accumulate knowledge and information, you participate in your own growth and participation, right? So if you'd like to join, links are posted. The introduction price is open right now, and I will change it. So if you see it now, please join us. It happens next Friday. Have a beautiful, beautiful Scorpio season. This season is fertile with incredible potential that comes from stillness, from deep listening, from letting go, from shedding, from welcoming the archetype of a creator and destroyer, from asking big questions such as, why am I here and what is my true sacred calling? What is my soul level project that only I can bring? And every single one of us has been born with that task. Not everybody follows that calling. And there is always a price for that. When we don't follow our calling, we become deeply dissatisfied. We pretend we don't hear it, but there is always a cost to the soul. The soul becomes unwell when we don't follow our calling. The soul becomes restless. And the soul keeps calling. And until we answer our sacred calling, we don't know what we're truly capable of as masters of our destinies, as creators of our life, as artists of our life. So I deeply encourage every single soul who is going to watch this replay, answer the calling of your soul. Answer. And you're going to discover the life of passion, the life of courageous vision, the life of deep resourcefulness and strength, the life of synchronicity and miracles. Everything waits for you on the other side of you saying yes to your true life's calling. Until I see you next time, be blessed.